one of the things that people actually go through when they try to invest in stocks is thinking about where do they start from. This I'm going to be teaching you like the fundamentals of the stock market, making start runs, what kind of stocks that you can invest in, different kinds of stocks, and especially we're going to be going through different sets of exchanges. If you look through our previous video, you'll see I took my time to talk about ETFs. Right now, I have a program, a curriculum that I'm going to use to teach you from a beginner's perspective how exactly to analyze stocks. When you have signed up for a stock broker or somebody who is going to help you trade stock markets, you need to understand what kind of stocks that you want to invest in. You need to have a game plan, and this video is going to help you nail that right from the beginning. Right, I'm not going to hide anything from you. So many things that are hidden online. I'm going to be like showing you exactly how this is done. Right, if you stick to the end of this video, you'll learn everything from the fundamental point of view. And then if you've not subscribed to this channel, please make sure you subscribe. Thank you for supporting our channel. All right, so the thing we're going to be talking about today is the introduction to stock market mechanics. All right, so from stock market mechanics, you're going to be learning today the types of equities, whether it's large cap equities, mid cap equities, or growth equities. All right, we're also going to be talking about exchanges. All right, the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, and then pre-market or after hours behavior. All right, so the first thing first is going to be growth stocks. All right, these are shares or company shares that you've seen that these companies deal with reinvesting their profits for expansion. So there are certain companies that usually grow very quickly because they reinvest their profits for expansion. All right, and I'm going to just be showing you something here. All right, so this is tradingview.com. All right, on tradingview.com, you can see these different stocks, and where I got this from is something called the stock screener. All right, so you can find the stock screener. All right, so with this stock screener, what are we going to do? We can look through all of the stock data for different companies, and let's just take this one for example. I'm going to be explaining some of these things here, but I'm going to be doing a video after this where I'm going to be explaining better all this thing. So the first thing you're going to see here is price. All right, so this price shows the price of the stock, all right, per share. All right, so these are different prices. You can see Berkshire Hathaway. So the first thing you're going to see here is the price of the stocks. You can see for the different companies. You can see Berkshire Hathaway is about $710,000, 978, $710,978.50. All right, so you can see that here, and then you can see change in percentage. This is the change in percentage of these stocks. All right, so this is the volume, and this is like in 24 hours. All right, this is what it has done in 24 hours. This is the volume that has been traded in the past 24 hours. This has been traded up to 240. All right, so this has been trading up to 12.22 M. All right, you can see this one has been traded this amount. Then you go to the market cap. All right, so these are the different market caps of these companies. This is about 1 trillion. You see Tesla, you see the remaining, and this is the price to earnings ratio. So this is where we are very much concerned. All right, when you see this price per earning ratio, it shows you the price of the stocks to the dividend that is being paid, to the earnings. Okay, the price of the stocks to the earnings. All right, and why the EPS is earnings per share. So while there's price to earnings ratio, which is price divided by earnings, you also have earnings divided by the shares. All right, so for each share, what earnings do they make? That's also a data that we use very, very well. All right, so earnings per share for the diluted growth. All right, we can also see that here. So for many of these stocks, you can even see some suggestions here, but then majorly we are focusing on price to earning ratio, market cap, and earnings per share diluted over 12 trillion months. All right, TTM is trailing 12 months, so it's all about over the last 12 months. That's a year. All right. In crypto or Forex, you might see this to be per year or something, but they use trailing 12 months here. All right. So it's like EPS, all right, diluted growth over TTM. This year on year is like the year on year change. So it's like from this current year to the previous year. So you're also checking not just the last 12 months, you're also checking what is this growth within from last year, the comparison between last year and last 2 years. All right. You can see the kind of balance sheets that they operate. All right. Because this also lets you to know how they are coming up with this data. All right, thank you so much. All right, so here you can now see, growth stocks and all of that. You can see how we measure for these companies that focus on reinvesting their profits for expansion. So when you have a very, very, very nice company like that you see, that then you can start investing. Then you can see value stocks. Value stocks are undervalued companies with solid fundamentals. So what do we mean by this? These are companies that they have very good fundamentals, but these companies, their market cap is very low. So that's what we mean by undervalued. So let's go. We can go to valuation here. All right. And maybe we want to go really, really down. Then we can start seeing some companies here who have not gotten to that real value, but they have a very good price to earning ratio. All right, the price to earning ratio is very good for you. That's where you begin to start looking into, and you look at some of the other fundamentals here. So once you see all of this data, then you can call this a value stocks. Then the dividend stocks is a company that actually pays out earnings to shareholders. Not all companies pay out earnings to shareholders. You can be, if you own shares, maybe you have the ability to like probably vote in company decisions, but maybe not to earn shares. This is also the same thing that happens in crypto. If you own, there's some kind of like crypto you own, you have governance, like, right, while some you earn yield. All right, that is what they're basically talking about here. And then you have large cap companies, which are companies that are between, that are above $10 billion. Then you have, right, so other like set of stocks you want to know about is mid cap companies, and these are between $2 billion to $10 billion market cap. Remember how I showed you to check your market cap? All right, so let's go to overview. All right, so this is your market cap, right? This is your market cap. This is your market cap here. All right, so and with this you can see the market cap there. So the ones that are between, this is $172 billion. $2 billion to $10 billion. The ones that are below $10 billion, these are high risk, right? But they are also high rewarding because they can easily rise in value. And you also want to check the dividends that they pay. All right. The beauty of stocks is that you invest, you can be earning shares, year on year. Okay. So what kind of exchanges do we have? We have the New York Stock Exchange, we have the NASDAQ, we have the NGX for Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. Okay. And this is Nigeria Stock Exchange. We have the London Stock Exchange. And, these are the main exchanges. Now, most apps give you access to these exchanges, all right? Especially the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, London Stock Exchange, and especially the Nigerian exchange group, all right? If you check the description of this video, you'll find links to some of these exchanges. You have brokers that give you access to these exchanges, all right? To trade on these exchanges, you need what we call a broker. All right, and these stockbrokers, I'll be sharing links here where you can easily register and get very, very, very good rewards as you invest. All right, thank you so much. If you'd like any video to be talked, if you'd like me to make a video on a topic that you'd like to hear about, please comment in the comment section and let me know. I'd love to. All right, so I'll just love to share with you more things, and you can, tell me what you want. So like before, so many of the stock exchanges have what we call trading hours. So before trading hours, you want to see, you want to study, listen to the news, you want to follow up. Many of them have, like fundamentals, which, apart from technical analysis, you want to do like, some sort of reading the news, understanding what's happening, because some news push the stocks up. All right. Then you want to also check the aftermarket behaviors. All right. Certain markets have certain behaviors for after hours. So in the next video, I'm going to be talking more on some of these things. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope this added value to you and you learned really well how you can invest in stocks. All right. Thank you so much. Hope to meet you guys later. Thank you. All right. So I'll just love to share with you more things, and you can, tell me what you want. So like before, so many of the stock exchanges have what we call trading hours. So before trading hours, you want to see, you want to study, listen to the news, you want to follow up. Many of them have, like fundamentals, which, apart from technical analysis, you want to do like, some sort of, reading the news, understanding what's happening, because some news push the stocks up. All right. Then you want to also check the aftermarket behaviors. All right. Certain markets have certain behaviors for, after hours. So in the next video, I'm going to be talking more on some of these things. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope this added value to you and you learned really well how you can invest in stock. All right. Thank you so much. Hope to meet you guys later. Thank you.